Hi, Adam Bierman, Princeton TV. I'm here at the last minute at the behest of our jazz-crazed program director. And who am I talking to today?
I'm Dave Grossman. This is Dave Larson. And this is Brian Glassman.
I know Brian quite well. Brian's been swinging an axe for a long time now. How long?
I don't know. Too long. So many years I don't want to mention.
Yeah, but still, I remember no one took you seriously until you had a straight-up bass player. No one took you when you played just a regular bass. It wasn't taken that seriously at Livingston College at Rutgers.
Well, you know, back then I was going through that jazz program there, and there weren't so many upright bass players in those days. So when I'd bring that out to a gig, and people would say, "Hey, bring that box again. Bring that big upright again. We don't want to see that electric bass. Bring it." So I started bringing that more often.
Dave, I don't want you to be humble. List your accomplishments. What do you consider yourself in the music pantheon?
What do I consider myself in the music pantheon? I guess just brilliant.
Brilliant.
But I've just been playing around for a long time, and I don't know what else to tell you.
Really? A humble music, but you're a musician. What about groupies? What about, wild stories? What about
I can tell you the story about how I almost joined the band. Well, no, I don't want to talk about that. Sorry.
And Dave?
Yes.
Okay, going back. So, okay, what kind of jazz do you play? What are you going to give this Princeton audience?
Okay, tonight we're doing a trio, and it's based on sort of the late 50s, early 60s style of jazz, cools and bebop. I play big fat jazz guitar, not through any particular kind of effects boxes or anything like that. It's a nice natural sound. And we just
some of your original compositions.
And we're doing some original compositions that have like interesting time signature changes and a little bit of dissonance, just to sort of push the envelope a little. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the goal is to have this kind of traditional instrumentation, but maybe push the envelope a little bit.
How did you pick your sidemen, though? What do you look for when you want to be accompanied?
Well, I had been playing a lot of rock for a long time, and I started getting back into jazz after a long time of not doing it. And basically, the way I picked my sidemen was I called Brian Glassman, and then just used all the pieces he knew. I knew Brian from a long time ago.
What about influences? Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. I just came out with a CD called Cara Mia. It's the Dave Grossman Trio, Cara Mia. And you can go to dgrossmanmusic.com and you can listen to some of the cuts there and buy the album.
Can you buy it on iTunes though too, or?
It's supposed to be getting on iTunes now, but I think that might not have happened yet. And Amazon. Actually.
I was asked to ask this one question. I talked to someone at the university, and they said, what has influenced your music in the last 10 years? How do you think your music's changed, or your approach to your music? Anyone want to go first?
Well, I kind of like to draw from a lot of different influences. And the players I like draw from a lot of different types of playing. So there's rock and R&B and Latin and jazz, and a lot of times it can all come together. And when you draw from different influences, I think it makes the music very rich. Playing one thing constantly all the time the same way can get a little stale after a while. So I don't know if I have one style necessarily that I would gravitate to, but I enjoy bringing different styles into the music when I play.
And you, Brian?
Well, I'd say, if you're talking about the last 10 or 15 years, I'd say a lot more world music and folk musics have influenced improvisational music in this country and jazz. And, like Dave was saying, there's a fusion of a lot of different styles that have been coming together. Pop.
So you keep your antennae up. The antennae is always up.
Yeah, we're always listening for new sounds and interesting sounds, that perk our ears up. But I think just a trend that I've seen and jazz has been the influence of different world musics and folk musics.
And you?
Well, like Brian was saying, but there's also, you know, a group of sort of downtown New York players that I think are really great, you know. Some of them actually, like Brian was saying, they play some of the folky, they get into the klezmer stuff, and like there's a sax player named Paul Shapiro.
I work with Paul.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's a good friend, he's very good.
I really like his,
Yeah.
he has an album I got, I can't remember what the name of the album is, but the band is Midnight Minion, and I really like that album. And there's drummer Joey Barron who does some stuff that's really neat. It's strange, like they'll sort of just, you know, have him and a trombone player, which I think, you know, it's a weird combination to just have a drummer and a horn player, particularly a trombone player.
Joey Barron's with Jim Hall.
Oh, is he?
He's done, I think I'm right.
Yeah, no,
And so that would be the connection between the straight ahead jazz, the world stuff, you know, all of it coming together, and one player, you know, goes through both worlds.
Paul and
Yeah.
all of them
Yeah.
played a lot of Yiddish and Jewish music influenced jazz, you know, for instance. So that's like one example. You mentioned Paul Shapiro.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you, good luck tonight. Any comments since we're a Princeton station? How do you like Princeton audiences? Can you categorize them in any way, or?
Oh, they're just really enthusiastic and open-minded. I think that they're
Princeton
great.
audiences?
Yes.
I find them to be good listeners a lot
Yeah.
of times, right? Yeah. We're pretty attentive audiences down here, I've found, over the years.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Grossman and trio, good luck tonight, and this has been Princeton TV. I'm gonna have to edit.